Okay, guys, I am with Paul Newton from Mental Theft today. Paul and I are going to talk about mental theft. So I'll let you introduce yourself, Paul.
Hello, Sally. Hello, everyone that's listening or watching. I'm Paul Newton. I own a company called Mental Theft. Basically, my job is to scare the bejesus out of people and make them realise that sometimes a nice guy who's just messing about and maybe doing magic tricks is actually there to steal your personal information. And I've been doing this for the last 18 months or so, going around using my mind-reading techniques to nick PIN numbers, passwords, usernames, dates of birth, all those things that you think you can hold secret. And I use my training in body language and trickery and basically lying skills to steal it from you. The reason I do it is that I hope when people see me do this live in front of them and their friends and their colleagues, hopefully then they go, wow, if he can do that with us watching him, what can scammers do when we're not watching them?
And I think that's more prevalent now, isn't it? Because we're all online, everything, we're passing information all over the place and we don't know it's secure.
Yeah. I mean, I had an email the other day from PayPal, okay? And it was blatantly just saying along the lines of, oh, your account's been blocked because there's some issues. You have to click this link to sign in and get it right. And the fact is, no company should send you a link saying, put your sign-in details here.
Yeah.
But these things work.
Yeah, my parents did it.
No way.
Yeah, they did. About a year ago, they had, I don't know, it wasn't PayPal, it was something like that. And it was actually a phone call, I think they had. Somebody rang them and Mum gave her bank details of the phone. They pretended to be TalkTalk, I think is who their internet is with, or was.
TalkTalk had a major breach a few years ago.
Yeah, but it was only last year, and they had a £10,000 loan taken out in their name. It through their bank. Luckily, the bank rang them and said, just verifying your loan, as the money had hit their account, and Mum said, I don't know what you're talking about. So luckily, they got it stopped. But it was.
Jeez, and not only did they want access to the bank account, they took a loan out.
They took a loan
in
out.
Your parents' name to then take the loan.
Luckily, it got stopped just in time. It was crazy.
Mate, the people doing this, there is no emotion to it. This is a business to them. They don't care about the people at the other end of this at all. Okay? And between you and I charge my big corporate clients, I charge them quite a lot of money. Well, I think it's a lot of money. I've got other people telling me I don't charge enough. But when a corporate pays me good money, it then means I can go and do a women's institute or a youth club free of charge to teach them the stuff that I'm up to. And they're the vulnerable people here. The people who don't get the technology and don't see the scam coming.
Yeah. Well, my daughter's the same. A text came through on her phone just before we were in lockdown, funny enough, and of course, towards the end of the tax year, you've got a tax refund. And she said, oh, Mum, should I hit this? I went, no, why would you have a tax refund? You're a student.
How much tax have you paid, honey? I don't think they're going to give you much back. But yeah, you're right. And the government gateway things when you're doing your self-employed taxes. You look at that and the amount of security you have to go through to do that.
Yeah.
And then on a phone call, somebody will say, oh, we're going to send you a text now and that's going to give you a 6-digit number. Can you just give me that number? No, they're blatantly sat there trying to access something online that's yours.
Yeah.
They're going to do the security ping, which is sending you a second verification to your mobile phone. If you give them that number, you've just bypassed your own security. I've some of the stories I've got are ridiculous. But some of the people I work with now, I'm working with pen testers, and these are people who test the penetration of a company.
Right.
Okay? So when a company sets up, they'll do their own security and they'll go, yeah, we've got all of this locked down, we've got everything secure, it's brilliant. But what the clever ones do is they hire someone, a bit like me, who thinks very differently, and they go, attack the company. And we go, okay. And then it will be myself or some other guys who figure out a way that their security wouldn't have worked out, and we get into the company. Now, sometimes, and this one really annoys the IT technicians, okay? There's a lot of brilliant IT technicians out there.
Yeah.
But sometimes it'll be my skill because I can walk into most buildings without any security ID. Okay, I've got the confidence, I've got the gift of the gab.
Yeah.
If I take the hat off,
Yeah.
I look like a security guard. If I don't have this hat on and I put a high-vis jacket on, see, I look like a stereotypical bouncer or security guard.
Yeah.
So if I get rid of this and put on a high-vis and have a clipboard, I look like the type of person that should be walking into your building unattended.
Yeah, true.
And I use it so much. And the amount of times that I get a company saying our IT is completely secure, you won't bypass it, I then just walk into their building and plug a computer in.
Job done.
Yeah.
So how did you get into this then? What was it that got you into this?
Do you know what? It was magic. I love magic. I've been performing magic as my only source of income for about 11 years. Yeah, Littleton's 11 and a half, and I quit my last job when she was about 6 months old. Because I wanted to be at home more. I wanted to be dad more.
Yeah.
And I had been doing magic on the side as well. So I had a full-time job that I loved, and it was a great job, and it was all about psychology and people and behaviours, which fitted for me perfectly.
Yeah.
And then I was doing the magic at the weekends. So I was hardly ever home. I didn't, which is fine when you're just a couple. If you're a couple and you love your time together and you do that deal of we're going to chase money for a while, that's fine.
Yeah.
But when you then have this little bundle of a person and you're going, I need to be there. I can't turn around to her in 19, 20 years and go, I wasn't there because I was after money.
Yeah.
And me and the wife talked and went, actually, we could survive just on magic. So I then became a full-time dad and part-time magician and built the magic business up.
Yeah.
And then it was, 18 months ago now. 18, 19 months ago, I was at a military organisation doing some magic tricks. I'm doing my normal mind reading. So pick a card, any card, I'll figure out what card you've got. This one guy at this table, and I remember the table so well, there was 3 guys, 3 girls, they were all dressed in their finery and they've got medals on them. And the place I was in, I can't tell you who exactly I was working for, but I would lay a bet that every single person other than me was armed with something. And legally too, okay? Yeah. And this one guy, he was really sarcastic and a skeptic, and he properly kept trying to do the magic's not real, magic's not real. And I went, right, I'm going to have you. I'm just going to go all out now. Yeah. And with him, I stole his PIN number, his date of birth, his computer username, his mother's maiden name, his first pet's name, and the name of the street he grew up in.
Wow.
And I did all of that while I was doing magic tricks. So while I'm doing the pick a card and making things disappear and elastic bands through each other and things like that, while I'm doing that, I'm doing the mind reading as well. At the end of it, I took out one of my business cards. I wrote down all of this information onto one business card. And I looked at him and I said, look, I know you don't believe in magic. It's fine, neither do I. I'm the one who makes it up. But what about mind reading? And he went, oh, what a load of rubbish. It can never work. And I said, take that. In a second, I'm going to walk away, just lift the card up, have a look at the information that's on the back and see if it's correct. And he went, yeah, okay then. And he lifted this card up and he just went white. His jaw dropped. And I said, so without saying what information's there, can you tell your friends what type of information it is and if I'm right or not? And he listed all the different stuff I'd done and then said, it's 100% correct.
Wow.
And I went, ladies and gents, thank you very much. I'm Paul Newton. I've got to go and do some magic tricks for other people, otherwise they might shoot me. And just started to walk off. He then chased me. He grabbed me. And I'll be honest with you, even if you're my size, when you're in a place like that where everyone else is armed, if somebody grabs you, you listen. Okay. Log on. Yep.
Yeah.
And he went, was that real? I was like,
Mm.
well, what do you mean? And he said, you need to tell me if that was real. And I said, okay, how about I ask you a couple of questions? Number
Mm.
one, is there any way I could have taken that information off you with the conversation we had around the table? And he went, no. Okay. Number two,
Mm.
could I have got a stooge in with me that has been following me and helping me for the night? And he went, no, I'm in charge of the security gate. There is
Mm.
no way my guys would have let anyone in that can do that. And I went, brilliant.
Mm.
Number three, the people at your table, would they have helped me to get that information, or would they cover your back? And he said, I trust them all with my life, and I have to on a daily basis. There is no way they'd help you. I said, brilliant. Last question then. How is it not real? And seriously, he just went,
Yeah.
oh my. There was a few expletives that I won't use today.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when he said, you need to look at what you do differently.
Mm.
Because if you could do that to a select few people in this room, you'd have control over all of our weaponry.
Wow. Scary.
And I went, oh. And that was it. It was then, after that, I sat down with my buddy Jesse and we were talking about this.
Mm.
Me and him just went, there's something big here.
Yeah.
This could help a lot of people.
Mm.
Is there a business? And that was when we started trying to find the company name, trying to find something that was available on websites and on Twitter and on Facebook and everything that matters.
Mm.
Yeah, and then the two of us were on our laptops. He misheard something I said. So we're looking for a company name. I said something, I can't remember what it was now. He misheard it and heard mental theft.
Yeah.
So he started looking for that. I was looking for the other thing. And I went, oh, it's not available on Twitter. And he went, no, it is. It's clear on everything. We've got this. And mental theft is just perfect for what you do.
Yeah.
And I went, but I didn't say mental theft. And he went, well, let's go with mental theft then. Okay, yeah. And that was it. And yeah, it just flew. I mean, even security guys in companies, they like what I do because while they can make the IT as secure as possible,
yeah,
they can't get the people to follow their instructions easily. Whereas I go in and I scare the bejesus out of those people.
Yeah.
And then I go, actually, you know what? To cover your backsides, follow what he says.
Yeah. It's like I said to you this morning that I know I'm the world's worst. It's passwords. It's because we're lazy, because we've got to remember things.
Yeah. All right. Honestly, do you use a password in more than one place?
Yeah.
Stop it. There was an amazing hack a little while ago.
Yeah.
So I've told you already, I'm quite a gamer. I love my Xbox. I love playing team games with my friends. Right, there's a lot of online games and a lot of online worlds. And some hackers came up with something that's kind of genius. So if you had an account with a certain online world, what the hackers were doing, they were then setting up a cyber chat space for people of that world. Now, what they know is something like 80 to 90% of people will use the same password for the game as for the chat world. So if I've opened a chat world and you have to make a password to it, I can see all of your password.
Yeah.
And then I can log into your game and nick all your stuff and sell it for real money.
Never thought of that. Never thought that in a million years.
So if you've got anything that's linked...
because I'm shit.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So am I. Thankfully, my mates look after me. Brilliant. But yeah, if people have two accounts that are linked within their brain, they often use the same password.
Yeah.
And, you know, the second place might be by a completely untrustworthy source. But still we're going, here we go, look, my password's knobbly knees 123, have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can, big bit of advice, stop making up your own passwords. Use if you've got my phone is made by. They don't sponsor me, so I won't say their company name. But it's a fruit of some sort. Yeah,
That's an orange.
no one will work that out. We're okay. But in it, it has the capability to make a massive string of characters that have no connection to each other, and it will save it for me. Now, the only way to get into that is to have my fingerprint.
Yeah.
You know, so let's be honest, if I'm ever at the point of somebody can use my thumb, I'm probably past the point of caring.
Yeah.
Yeah? So to try and lock this stuff down, and horribly, you're going to have to trust some verified technology to cover your backside.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think, because of that thing, so many of my accounts are much more secure.
Yeah. And I was shown by an IT manager a couple of years ago a test you can do to see if there's been any breach.
Oh yeah, there's a website. Yeah. Oh, what's the name of it?
Can't remember what the name is.
Have I been pwned? Have I been pwned? It's something like that.
It's something like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Pwned it PWND? PWN?
Yeah.
I'll find it. I will find the website and send it to you.
Yeah.
And wherever you put this, just put a link to that because it's brilliant. You go onto that, you can put in your own email address and it will show you all of the known breaches. And then the scary thing is, the people like yourself who use the same password in a few places. So that means if you've had one breach on that password that you use on 5 different accounts, they've got all of them. Yeah.
And it's even like Google now keeps flashing to me saying you need to change this password. I get going, yeah, no.
Did you?
After this, I am going to have to go and change everything. I know I am.
Because this is even with looking around you there, you're giving me hints to your personality.
Yeah.
You know, I can see a picture of somebody I know behind you, things like that.
Mr. Burton.
Yeah. So by knowing that, and actually he's part of the reason that we connected in the first place. So
yes,
which is fine. I knew that anyway. But you're giving little hints about things that you like and you care about all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many people leave all this information laying around. My favourite one, I did a WI talk a little while ago. The room was full of lots of ladies of a certain age that got their hair dyed blue. Why do you pick blue at that age? I don't get it. Anyway, I'm just jealous because I haven't got any hair. So it's fine. But yeah, so I was talking with them and saying, look, be careful. Don't store your passwords here. Don't write them down. And this little old lady went, well, I have trouble remembering them. And I said, look, that little black book that you've got at home with all your passwords in, destroy it, find another. And she went, how did you know I've got a book? I said, because you fit a stereotype where there is a book. And she went, oh yeah, I have. And I went, okay. And is it in the top drawer on the right-hand side, just below your computer? And she just went, oh. I was like, okay. And the second place you're now thinking about putting it is probably in your underwear drawer. And she just went, and it's like, because again, that's a generational thing that she thinks nobody would touch that drawer. Whereas a thief who's going into the house, the first place if they see a computer, they're going to check the drawers right next to it to find passwords. Yeah. Now, if they find those passwords, a lot of the time, these people will write the website name down fully and then the password next to it. Okay. And a username half the time. And they do this. So now this thief, all they do is they just take a photo of it and they leave that area like it was never touched. Yeah. Because that is now worth a fortune. Yeah. Yeah. Don't need to rob the house. You just robbed a life. Yeah. And now if they see a computer and a desk and drawers and there's no book, the next place they look is the underwear drawer. Because they know this generation thinks no one would ever touch their underwear drawer. These thieves, they don't care. I can't imagine a thief being that particular. No. Put in your underwear drawer. No, exactly. But you think about it. You think not that long ago, you had certain criminals running London who had a code of ethics.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
And they would never cross certain things. But if you did something that was against their code of ethics, you were in trouble with them.
Yeah.
It's not like that now.
You're making me laugh now, because I'm thinking, when we go on holiday, right, and I'm gonna have to stop doing this now. If when you haven't got the password for the safe yet,
yeah,
I stick our passports in the underwear where we put our underwear. I don't even know. So I've obviously got somewhere.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So you're not going to look in my knickers for my passport.
So my job for today is done. That's one person who's learned that trick. That's good. That's good. But do you see what I mean? It's so normal. Yeah,
it's so ridiculous.
This. And do you know what? I got told about this recently by a buddy. He said, Paul, you've got to have a look at this link. And he sent me a link to I get worried about saying company names, because someday someone's going to sue me. He sent me a link to a very well-known buying site. And this link was for a book called The Password Reminder. And on each page, it's literally got, put the website name here, put your username here, put your password here.
Good grief. You see, I would think that's a good idea.
No.
But that just proves it, doesn't it? It just catches you straight away, don't you?
Yeah. And these people are going, that's brilliant, because that will help me remember my 52 passwords that I've been told to make sure they're all different. So I need to remember them somehow. But please don't write it down, probably in block capitals, to make it really easy for me. Yeah. And it happens at companies as well, Sally.
Oh, yeah.
I went into a company a little while ago. The IT director was sure that I'd never get into their stuff. The MD was very confident, but a bit wary of me because he'd seen what I can do. Went for a nice walk around the building. They showed me this building, and I said, all right. At the end of it, they went, well, so do you agree you'd never get into our stuff? I said, it'd take me about 20 seconds. And they went, no, it wouldn't. I said, okay, on your computer, to the MD, I said, on your computer, log out of everything, and let me sit down at your computer. And he went, okay, then. Looked out of everything. I sat down in his computer, turned it on, opened up his computer with a username and password, went to the accounts software, opened that up and went, right, what shall I do? Shall I set my company up as a supplier and pay myself? And they just sat there looking at me open this. And the reason was, when they took me on the tour, 4 different people had Post-it notes on their computers with their username and password.
Wow.
So when I went walking through accounts, I took my phone out to check a text message, but took a photo of the username and password.
Do you know, I used to be guilty of that as well.
So,
extreme.
The best bit was that for that to work, because obviously I'd had a tour around, and when I made that work, I was close, so it was easy. But the person's computer was facing an outside window that had the car park.
Yeah.
So you didn't even need to get into the company to be able to do that hack. You could have just walked past there, just gone, there's my phone, click, I've got them.
Yeah.
And it's all because 4 different people couldn't remember their passwords, and they've put them on Post-it notes.
Crazy, isn't it? I'm saying it's crazy, but I used to do it. And I'd now need to change all my passwords today. I've got a busy day.
That's kind of I mean, right, today, anyone who's watching this, you might notice I'm sat on my sofa. I'm happily just comfy on my sofa. And do you know what? The fact is that even if it's only you that has just learned, don't do this and don't do that, then there's a massive chance we've just stopped you getting scammed. That is time well spent.
Yeah.
So
what tips would you give people then, Paul, to sort of help them out? So especially, I say, at the moment where we're in lockdown, we can't go anywhere. We're constantly on the internet.
silly things like don't share photos of your Zoom meetings.
Mm.
Because it's something that I've seen a lot on social media at the moment.
Yeah.
Is you do a Zoom meeting and you've got everyone's pictures there, and it does look good, and you take a photo of it. But then what you've just done, if that person hasn't locked down their Zoom account very well, what you've just done is given away the user ID of that Zoom account.
Yeah.
Okay, because it will be in the photos somewhere.
Yes.
That then means a Zoom hack that's happening at the moment is people are taking those IDs, they're then jumping into another meeting that has the same ID number because that user keeps the same ID unless they change it purposely, and a lot of Zoom users don't.
Yeah.
So then they'll jump into another meeting, and what the annoying troll hackers are doing is then throwing up loads of porn videos.
God damn, I missed those.
As me and you later going, which accounts? It's just wrong. I knew I liked you. But yeah, they're doing it. They're trying to purposely mess up certain meetings. And especially, now we were talking earlier about your daughter doing uni via Zoom.
Yeah.
How many classes are using classrooms as Zoom at the moment? And therefore, if they did that to a certain class age...
Yeah, oh, nasty.
Exactly.
Yeah, not good.
Exactly. Now,
I'm going to go and check with my daughter now. So, what have you been doing your uni lessons on?
Yeah, what are you using? But I mean, then again, Zoom's been brilliant. But Zoom has password functionality, lockdown functionality, different meeting IDs. But the fact is, we're all lazy where this stuff is concerned. So nobody has been using it until someone went, oh, look, Zoom security's rubbish.
Yeah.
And then Zoom have gone, hold on. We've got this password thing, none of you use it. We're now going to force you to use it.
Yeah.
We've got this PIN number thing nobody's been using. We're now going to force you to use it.
Yeah.
If companies don't do things like that, we'll go, oh, look, somebody hacked me and it's not my fault.
Yeah, I must admit, I didn't know about the Zoom functionality again through laziness until this weekend. I noticed it didn't update, and then the PIN numbers and things came up, and that's a good idea.
Yeah, and for this meeting today, your email had a PIN number included in it. It's perfect. It just works.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that they are having to force people to use security.
Yeah.
Makes my job easier.
Yeah, I suppose it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can go and hack people nice and easy. But yeah, so don't take photos of your meetings. Don't do that. If you do, blur out any personal information. Number two, use the two-step verification. So if you've got bank accounts or something that you want to log into, now be careful here because me and my wife live in the New Forest and phone signal is rubbish. It has just got a lot better. So I used to have the problem of I'd try to log in something, they'd then go, oh, we're sending you a PIN via text. And I'd be like, I've now got to get out of the house, try and find signal, and come back to the computer within 10 minutes.
Yeah, I came across with that one.
Yeah, but I'd much prefer that than somebody being able to get into my account without me having any warning.
Yes, true.
So for the annoyance of, I've got to try and find signal or make sure I'm at home so they can call me on the landline, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So you think about what you told me about your parents and somebody trying to hack them. Someone could have had 10 grand off them if that bank didn't call them.
Yeah, that was. I cannot. Well, I'm going to name them Lloyds Bank. They were absolutely brilliant. They were so good to my parents as well. Because my parents were in the 70s. I mean, my sister and I were awful to my mother because we were saying, "How did you do that? Why did you do that?" But then I've just admitted myself that I would have.
Yeah.
It's the same.
And this is it. So so we've met because of Brad Burton and because of businessy stuff. Okay. Now, if you'd met me, if I'd been at a function where you were having a nice dinner with other business people, and I'd been in a suit with a white shirt and a black tie and looked like a security guard, you would not have batted an eyelid to me being almost over your shoulder when you're taking credit cards out.
No. I
When you got
wouldn't.
your phone out and you're tapping in your PIN number?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, because I do have to do that too, because much as I've got the thumbprint, I can never quite get my thumb on it right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but mine has now got facial recognition, and I've even got a picture with my glasses as well, so I can just pick it up. But it only takes somebody to be stood behind me while I'm lifting that phone up.
Yep. And I've seen people use facial recognition while the person's asleep.
Yeah.
They literally pick up their phone, just turn it on and point it at the person, and they're in. So, yeah, whatever security you have, think like me. And something that I heard, I think this was Ronald Reagan that said this. I'll have to check on that. I'm sure it was Ronald Reagan that first said this. Trust but verify.
Yeah.
You can trust stuff, but you can always verify it as well. Okay?
Yeah. No, that's a
and
good
the
point.
fact is, a good person will have no problem with you verifying them.
Yeah.
Okay? A bad person will try and talk you out of it.
Yes, that's very true.
Trust but verify.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that today, Paul. It's been brilliant and really, really useful. I am absolutely panicking now, thinking, oh God, I've got to go and change everything. I'm going to have to spend the whole day changing passwords.
Yeah. And the thing is, you've got the technology that would cover your backside.
Yeah.
It just takes a few minutes to set it all up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will today, trust me. I will.
You're going to go away now going, hold on, I've just told him I have something to do with Lloyds Bank. Was that important?
No, Lloyds Bank don't like me.
I don't know. They like your parents and they look after your parents. But yeah, the scammers are out there, and especially now, right? I know there are scams going on because of this coronavirus thing, and they're trying to get people because of the fear of that.
Yeah.
So you've got to stay vigilant.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much. Where can we find you? What's your web? I assume it's Mental Theft.
Mentaltheft.co.uk or mentaltheft.com, or Twitter, Mental Theft, Facebook, Mental Theft, LinkedIn, Mental Theft. I'm even trying to take over YouTube with it as well. My YouTube account is Paul Newton Magic, but the hashtag Mental Theft is everywhere as well. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for people to get in touch.
Yeah, I will actually, if I haven't already, I'll subscribe to it, because so when people actually log onto this on YouTube, it comes up with other people that I subscribe to, so it'll be there.
Awesome. And I think I've already subscribed to you.
Yeah, I think we have done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we did do it because it was part of something we all did in the
yeah, because that was part of the reason that I wanted to do this. Because I liked what I saw.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much for that today. Really, really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, and don't work too hard for the next few weeks, okay?
I'll try not to.